You know what's great? Going to a game. You know what's not great? Parking at a game. With Uber, you can turn event parking into a non-event. Just install the Uber app. Enter your destination, confirm your location, and within minutes, a car will pick you up. I know, right? With upfront fares, you can know the price before you go. And you pay with the Uber app so you can save your cash for the souvenir shop. So make tonight a fun night. Install the Uber app now and take your first ride today. Uber, the better way to get there.
Jimmy Mack is a renowned medical intuitive and spiritual life coach who has taken, completed, and even mastered a variety of healing modalities. After a near-death experience, he was shown and developed a simpler way to create healing and profound changes, now known as My Liquid Fish. He works with clients in person, on the phone, and over Skype worldwide, accessing energetic powers and co-creating changes that you can actually feel. Call in now to reserve your spot on the switchboard. The call-in number is 713-955-0594. Press 1 if you would like to ask Jimmy Mack a question. Enjoy this 1 hour of profound healing.
Hey everybody, it's Jimmy Mack coming to you live from our illustrious studios in Clearwater, Florida. Brr. It's been cold for us. Of course, it goes below 70. It's cold to all of us as Floridians. I'm convinced my blood has thinned out. Of course, I was born and raised here. I did a lot of traveling all over the world, but oh my God, it gets cold here. We're just like, ugh. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing great and everybody else around the world is staying warm and dry. And appreciate you dialing in today. Certainly give us a call. If you'd like to have a little quick reading or a healing, it's 713-955-0594. A couple of announcements, of course. We've got some new audio MP3s and things coming out. This next one is called DDE, and that actually stands for Diet, Digestion, and Exercise. Isn't that wild? So that's appropriate if you would like to lose weight for the new year. I'm on my own little personal journey now, and I've dropped 10 pounds already. So it's through audio MP3s, listening to those kinds of things that go deep, I believe, in our subconscious, and also a lot of different levels and a lot of different realms to allow us to lose weight. I also have an audio MP3 on. It's called Ideal Weight, and that's about a half hour long, 125 clearings. It's for less for that audio MP3 than you could have me work on you for the half hour. So they're quite the deal. Digestion and exercise. Also in February, we're coming out with Healing A through Z. This is similar to Louise Hay's little book about healing, where you'd look up a particular issue, maybe allergies, bladder issues, crying, whatever it might be. It can be physical, emotional, spiritual, and there would be little tracks there, little affirmations. Mine goes a lot deeper than that, really. It will have a negative piece on it of what you want to explore, fish on, and clear. The second will be a more positive one, and the third might inspire you to do some more research into different natural ways of healing, or perhaps a supplement, that sort of thing. So, well worth you guys looking into at some point. They're always on Amazon Live, and also through the website, jimmymackhealing.com. And also you can hear all these shows, folks, through jimmymackhealing.com/interviews. There's like years of stuff on there. So we generally have guests on every week and go from there as far as helping you all with different readings and different healings from all over the world. So reach out to me. Also, info@jimmymackhealing.com. Email's best for me. You know, folks want to call me every day and wear out my voicemail, leave a message, or they want to text me their life story in 500 characters. It's quite funny, actually. You guys would laugh if you saw some of the things I deal with daily, but that's okay. We love them all. But ideally, you want to email me, info at jimmymackhealing.com. And also you can look up what appointments look like on the website and scheduling that, and that will go a long way to help you out. Hey, our first caller is 941 area code. Hi, where are you calling from, and what's your name?
Hi, my name's Carla. I'm calling from Florida.
Hey, Carla, how are you? You're south of me, right? I'm up in Clearwater, Tampa, St. Pete.
Yep, I'm in Sarasota area.
Awesome. What's going on?
I was wondering, what kind of readings do you do? I
do primarily healing, honey. That's what I do as far as that goes. But I'm what they call wicked intuitive too. It's just I don't bother with all that. It's kind of, if we both know your horrible problems, that's not going to change them. But what we'll do is work on anything, whether it's body, mind, spirit, relationships, money, legal, real estate. It wouldn't matter what you had going on as a challenge. We can show you how I do that and have you stand up. A lot of people use a pendulum or dowsing rods, or they get heavier or lighter. They use their fingers to test yes or no. And even if you don't do that, I can show you in under 30 seconds here to a minute how we can change things. So what's going on with you?
Not too much. Just trying to move forward on my path and clear out the old, making way for the new.
Okay. I think we're coming off of Mercury retrograde, so the connection is very alien-ish, and that's okay. Maybe you can call right back in, Carla, 941 area code. Thanks.
Okay.
And you do that, honey, we'll be able to hear you better.
Okay.
And help you. Oh, there you go. I hear you now. Okay. Blog Talk's been up and down, too. My producer reminded me you've had sun flares and all kinds of wild stuff. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So you mentioned the past or getting out of the past. Obviously, out of 2016, I feel like 2017 is going to be infinitely better for everybody, by the way. It shows up as a one or new beginnings. What's going on with you? What would you change or make different?
Just, I guess, clearing out anything that is blocking my way for success and moving forward.
Okay. And as you say
maybe
that, then
anything that I'm unconscious, about or anything
like
that.
Yeah, and if you're looking at that, though, what would you say you want to focus on? In other words, relationships, love, money and work, your creativity, intuition. What angle would you come in at?
I guess it would be family.
Family. Okay. See, there you go. So now we're getting somewhere. We're getting more narrowed on that. And I even have an audio MP3 about family, which has been very popular, and it clears all that up. But what you want to do is go ahead and stand up right now, Carla, and stand facing due north or facing towards me up the Clearwater area. You want your feet about hip width apart. It's going to feel like somebody's pulling you forward for yes a little bit and pushing you backwards for no. This is strong mountain pose in yoga. And if you just say, my name is Carla, you'll feel the tilt forward.
Okay. My name is Carla.
You feel the pull forward? You feel it? Awesome. And if you say, my name is Nemo the fish, it's going to pull you backwards.
My name is Nemo the fish. Yeah, I can feel it a little bit, yeah.
Awesome. All right. So I want you to think of family real quick and just think of the entanglements of family, chaos, drama, trauma, mystery, intrigue, and upsets. It's going to pull you straight forward. There you go. And we're going to release those, resolve them, delete and erase them, disentangle them all out now. It's going to pull you back in waves. It's going to pull you back really hard and delete all that out. And then once it does, it's going to bring you back to neutrality and drop you off there.
Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, thanks for calling in. You can always reach out to me as well, and we'll help you in any way we can. You're our neighbor. So, yeah, shoot me an email, and I'll send you all kinds of stuff. It's audios and videos and different things, ebooks. They're all free. Okay?
Okay, well, thank you.
Thank you for calling in, Carla. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. kind of interesting. There you go. So we never know what we're going to get, folks. 818 is Carolyn from California. Hey, Carolyn, what's going on? How are you?
Hi, I'm doing better today. I talked to you last week, and, I had that bad cold, and so I did go to the doctor, and I did get antibiotics, and gave me an inhaler and some more medicine.
Yeah, we're not even to do that, I think, a Z-Pack. I'm not afraid of that. I go Western when we need to, Carolyn. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. So I was just wondering, I feel much better, but I was wondering what did my chest look like. Is it almost gone? I'm not nothing.
It tests as more than 50%, 40, it's about 30% left.
Okay.
I reverse that and go, is it 70, worse and 30 good? And it's 70 good and 30 bad. So let's have you stand up and work on that, Carolyn, and let's drift some stuff out of you, okay? Definitely shows up as bacterial, though, okay?
Yes, okay.
Awesome. So if you're due north right now, I just want you to think of your chest. It actually shows up not so much as lung, but as bronchial, by the way. Sinus and allergies. It's more of, it isn't sinus, it's nasal passages as well as bronchial. And that's going to be really weak. It's going to pull you forward pretty hard, Carolyn.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, it's a week, so I should go forward, right?
Yeah. I'm just going in and grabbing it. So you'll feel a drift forward. Yep.
Yeah.
And we're going to release it, dissolve it, delete and erase it, have her learn all the lessons she needed to from it, release her from the service to it. Going to pull you straight back and leave.
It did.
Awesome. It's going to drop you off in neutrality. How's your breathing right now?
Oh, my breathing is good right now. It's much better. I can't, I don't have anything coming up my nose anymore. And I was just miserable last week. And talked to the doctor on Monday. I have about 4 more days of antibiotics. I know I was supposed to do the green Listerine mouthwash, and I have a steam inhaler, and so I'm drinking water. I'm doing everything.
Yeah, throwing it all against the wall. I would be too. That's okay.
Okay. Well, I'm just, I was worried. I was worried for a while, but we don't want you to get into the pneumonia stage. You know what I mean? So I'm glad you went when you did. I believe it came up at that time as needing antibiotics, and a lot of people do, and that's okay. I mean, if you're anti-antibiotics, I'm okay with, colloidal silver and Pau-d'Arco and, the different Echinacea golden seal. Just depends on how brave you are. You know what I'm saying? They're alternatives, but, you and I may not be that brave if we're living in the city, if you know what I'm saying. If you have access to some of these things, sometimes you need to do a Z-Pack and just be done with it, So a lot of times it's just a bug. It's not always emotional. I've seen it where it's just bacterial. See what I mean? So we never know what we're going to get. Yeah, were you able to get the green Listerine as well? Colors test best, folks, just so you know. It's kind of interesting. And if you want to get on the air live, you need to press 1, by the way. There's a lot of folks on the call, but you just need to press the number 1 if you want to raise your hand for a question. Carolyn, were you able to get the green Listerine? I did get the green Listerine. I already had some, but I did get the green because that's what I need. And I trust it, and I trust you. What I was going to say, I did have one more problem. And I know it's a poor blood circulation, and I have to walk more. But my right foot, it's kind of swollen inside. It's not swollen on the outside, but it does once in a while. And so I just
stand up. Stand up.
I'm up.
Okay, so I immediately jumped to circulation, not even the foot, but this is a circulation issue. They're screaming at me. It's your people. So you would just say that I have poor blood circulation. It's going to pull you forward for yes.
I have poor blood circulation, yes. Oh, yes. Almost.
We're going to release it.
Yeah, resolve it, delete and erase it, disentangle it all out now. Let's have her learn all the lessons she needed to from it, release her from the service to it, pull her straight back when you're done. Thank you.
It's done. Thank you, Jim.
Yeah,
I'll work on
yeah, and I would, I would look at orthotics if you don't already have those. You really test that you need those, and we have good feet stores here. But I like if you go to any Walmart and you go in front of the pharmacy, they're going to have the actual little Dr. Scholl's foot center, and you just stand on that little thing, and it's like you're snow skiing, and it targets your feet and the pressure where you need to have more support, because you feel like you really need that, by the way. And then it'll just spit out a number, and it tells you SR22 or RP44 or whatever inserts you need, but you really need to get those and put them in your shoes. That would go a long way too. Do you have really good shoes? You need some really good tennis shoes or walking shoes. I like Skechers, something that has an awful lot of flexible bottom to it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense. I need some good shoes, but I need
you really do. That's what we're talking about. I know that sounds silly to most people, but that's what they're screaming at me to tell you. But you don't have to go wild and spend hundreds of dollars. You just go to the little Skechers store, Walmart, Kmart, whatever. But you really need some better shoes, and you really need to get those inserts. Again, if you go to Walmart, a lot of the CVS or Walgreens will have the Dr. Scholl's Foot Center, and you just literally stand up on there like you're snow skiing. It dials in the right number. They aren't bad on a price. They might be $40-$50, but if you go to the podiatrist and they make custom ones for you, it might be $400 or $500. You see?
Oh yeah, I know. Okay, that's I didn't even think about that, but that makes sense because I always have problem with my feet.
Here's the other thing that'll happen is once your feet are lined up and you feel more supportive, it feels like that right inner side also, by the way, it's almost like it's not being supported, so it's kind of hanging out there, so you notice it more, and it perhaps might be more painful. In fact, they're saying it goes numb. Does it go numb?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there you go. Okay. So that's how you know we're on track. You know what I mean? How could I possibly know that, right, Carolyn? So there you go.
Yeah.
So that's because it's hanging out of the Ferris wheel, and it's not getting any support. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does make a lot of sense. Thank you for your wisdom.
You bet. Yeah, so by all means, pick up some decent shoes, get those inserts in them. A lot of them now, by the way, will have the inserts. It's going to go a long way to help you, because if you can get the foot supported better, then what happens is your legs, your knees, your ankles, your hips, back and neck, all that starts to come back online better, and it'll shift so you'll feel better too, honey, okay?
Okay, thank you. I'm looking forward to all that happening.
You bet. Thanks for calling in, honey. Have a great week. We appreciate you listening. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
323, you're our next caller. Hi. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, my name is Denise, and I'm calling from Granada Hills, California, and it's raining. It's raining here, and so I'm in the car, and so there might be a lot of noise. I'm gonna. Okay.
Well, that's okay. We won't have you stand up and rock stuff out. We'll just do it at our end. You've been on before, I believe. I recognize people from their voice track, so I don't even care about name or location, but I hear your voice, and I know we've chatted before, so that's cool. What's going on with you, honey?
Well, for the last couple of months, I've had a problem with my right leg. I don't know if it's like on the side of my right leg, but it's like affecting the knee part also, but just on the side of it. And I don't know what that was or is, but it was an excruciating pain at one time, and it took 2 months to go away. But it's still a little problem. It's still a little stiffness. It's I'm always aware of it. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, when I ask, I go to bone, muscle, ligament, tendon, joints. 9 times out of 10, it's joints, and it feels like a bend on the far right side, just so you know. You'd be okay for a knee brace right now. It feels like it was injured at some point, or you might have worn heels and you kind of lost a heel real quick, that kind of little weird ankle bend.
Yeah.
And does that make sense? That's what's throwing us out of alignment. Also, they're talking about it being the right or feminine side, so it might be something off to your right, a matriarch. It can be mom, sister, grandmom, somebody is really irritating you kind of thing. Does that make sense?
Well, I don't,
can be a girlfriend, can be a coworker, can be anybody that's feminine.
It could be anybody. It could be anybody. But I'm with around family a lot, and that has been an issue for me.
Okay, there you go.
Since I was born.
Yeah.
So it's and right now I'm staying with one of my sisters. So.
Okay, you're staying with one of your sisters, so there's your feminine issue right there. You see what I mean? So, you know, we love sisters, but it's almost like we choose our friends, but our family is somewhat chosen for us. Does that make sense?
Yes,
Yeah. So I'm just going to release all that chaos, drama, trauma, mystery, intrigue, upsets, all these dilemmas, issues. It feels like infighting. That's what they're calling it. Joints, tendon, muscle, ligament, joint is all about support. So in some odd way, in a feminine issue, you don't feel supported. So we're going to release all that too and resolve it for you. I'm just asking for it to change right now. It feels weak, and I'm just going to strengthen it. Also, I'd be okay with doing a little of the roll-on icy hot on it, and I'd be okay with wearing a support for right now, any kind of knee brace you can. It's almost like an inflamed tendon. The other thing that tests really good for you, believe it or not, is turmeric. So if you get some turmeric's actually the spice that's in mustard, and it's an anti-inflammatory. Right. That would go a long way to help you. Also, sulfate. If you reach out to me and email me, info@jimmymackhealing.com, I'll send you a link where you can get some of that. That would really help you too. People generally will get a glucosamine chondroitin, but you test only for MSM, which is sulfur, and that's kind of like an old-time antibiotic they used to use. That would go a long way to knock down some of this inflammation you have on that right side, okay? And they're also reminding me, too, the other thing that would actually help you, and they actually have it at Walmart now, it's Morton brand Epsom salts lotion. So Epsom salts, all that is magnesium. That would take out the swelling. But if you'll get some Epsom salts lotion, and is she clockwise or counterclockwise? Clockwise. You're counterclockwise, which they're saying simply means you put a little lotion on there and rub that lotion on counterclockwise motion. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's a lot of little things that you need to do, but that would go a long way to cleaning that up. So, Does that make sense? Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to listen to the call again if you're driving. It's okay, but those are a lot of little things and suggestions that will take you a long way. Okay?
Okay. All right.
Anything come up for you? What's really going on with your sister if you're living with family and all that?
Well, and it's an ongoing situation. It's been going on for a long time. The way the relationship is, and so I missed. I heard you say that you have an MP3 something on family.
Yeah.
I can still go to your website and get that?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and if you email me, I'll send you a link, honey. What it is an audio MP3. I only charge $65 for a half an hour. It's less than that. It might be $40 or $50, and it's over a half hour of family. You can listen to it again and again, and even share it with friends and family. I'm big into contributing to friends and family. So if you have anybody that's friends or family that's remotely interested in our woo-woo world, by all means share it with them too. That would go a long way to dissipate out the energy. These audio MP3s I've created, most of them take over a year to create, and it's got 125 clearings on it. And it's totally focused on family. And I've had people that listen to those, had nothing, their family knew nothing about it, and everything changed for them in a really profound way. So I'm not trying to sell you on it as much as I'm explaining it. And what happens is, we end up, they end up irritating us less, like it doesn't bug you so much, or they actually change. So right now we would take either one of those. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. I feel like your sister's one of those people that's beating it to death, or, why are you looking at me like I got 3 heads, that kind of thing. It's almost like she's stirring the pot. So.
Yeah, she just likes friction. She always has.
Yeah, friction. There you go. Friction. Yeah, I love it. It's like, why did you look at me like that? Or, why are you wearing my black shoes? Who cares? You know what I'm saying? So it's really quite funny, but I hear what you're saying. So,
do you have any financial healing you can give to me, because I need to try and move out of this situation?
Yeah, those are all on there too. I have an entire audio MP3 all about money, but we'll work on you. In fact, if you'll email me for free, I'll send you one that's all about a clearing about finances. So that would help you too, honey. It's I send it out to everybody that emails me, info@jimmymackhealing.com. If you send that, then I'll send you some ebooks that are free downloads, some audio MP3s, and then one about financial clearing. But one of my favorites would be good fortune. So right now you have a weakness in good fortune, and I'm just going to release it, resolve it, delete and erase it, disentangle it now. And I'm changing it to yes instead of a weakness of yes. The weakness now of yes is no. And then we're going to drop in some positive strength. More kismet, more good luck, good fortune. I love that. People want to win the lottery or whatever, and I'm always striving for more good fortune. You want to have that. Instead of always trying to hit a home run, I want to get that parking lot, that parking space close up to the mall. I want to have things just fall in my favor, a little bit of everything. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes.
So we want to change that for you as well. Yeah. What's going on with work? That's part of your struggle?
Well, I'm retired, but I have a lot of gifts. I do a lot of things that are unique, and I'm a songwriter. I am an animal communicator, but it's I've been trying to do a little bit of everything, which ends up for me not doing anything at all. Not being an issue that I've been having, but the animal communication work was going along really well at one time, and then
I love it.
Then it kind of phased out. So I do.
Well, let's strengthen that again for you. I'm going to strengthen that right now as it tests weak. Nope, it tests strong. It's testing really strong. I work on animals all over the world, so yeah, I get it. I love it, and they're sweet. The Will Rogers, the famous Will Rogers storyteller, said veterinarians are the greatest doctors on earth because their patients can't tell them what's wrong. They just need to know. So, imagine going in and trying to figure that out, right? So I love that. We can't have too many animal communicators. That is a great area where you're at now, out that way. If you need the help, I've got social media person, I've got a web person, I've got all kinds of different people that support. I could put you in touch with them too, but I feel like you really need to get going on that. You're kind of just half-hearted about it, but you're actually, you test very good at it. So, the more you can do it in that area, the more well you can get known. Even go to the local health food stores, get yourself some little business cards made, that sort of thing, and put those up there, let people know what you do. Also, since that's not in really competition with other healers and intuitives, you want to go to the metaphysical shops and put your information there and talk to them. And maybe have a day where, people bring in their pets and, you work on them. So these are things you need to consider. And it's almost like spirit showing me you got to get out there and beat the bushes and shake the trees.
Yes.
You see what I mean? So, but you test out really good. You'd be good at that, and imagine all the people you would help. Obviously, the pet owners and I'd say the pet adults or their pet caregivers, would really benefit by you working on their pets and their animals. So I even have a pet and animal type of healing deal too. So you might want to look at that. That's an audio MP3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Well, I sure appreciate talking to you live, honey. Yeah, reach out anytime we can help you, and have a great rest of the day, okay? But shoot me an email. I'll send you a bunch of stuff for free that would help you, especially the financial, okay?
Okay, I sure will. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Hey, we're glad she called in, too. That's another thing that we do a lot of around the world, folks. I could tell stories all day about that, but recently, if she's listening, I'm working on a dog out of the great country of Japan. Just happens to be constipated. How wild is that? So you never know what you're going to get. I worked on a horse in England that wasn't eating. Just gone around the world working on various animals, even a recent little stray cat outside, a feral cat. We're working on that as well. A lot of these different animals are running into some of the same things that we do. Bacteria and virus, mold, fungus, mildew, yeast, candida, and negative pathogens. You never know what you're going to get. And there's even terminology where we can pick up things from the animals. And a lot of times we'll have animals that, might have the same issues as their human counterparts. We had a very dear friend of ours for many years. The area where his home was in Texas, the dog ended up getting thyroid cancer. How odd is that? Then the wife got thyroid cancer, and then the man that ran the show got thyroid cancer, all in the same house and the same little creek running through it. So they finally figured out it was the creek and whatever was all in the creek and the water runoff. But you see how it was kind of interesting that it started out particular with the dog. Obviously, it was running down the creek and drinking out of the creek all the time. The humans didn't. Interestingly enough, but they certainly got the fumes and I guess various things that came off of that. Perhaps even the dog licking their faces all the time, But can you imagine the heavy metals and things that went on? And it's just so odd and unusual. But these are the kind of things we run into every day, and it's really quite interesting. So we're thrilled all of you are calling in and listening, and you can always reach me, of course, at jimmymackhealing.com. And also we've got a show coming up next Wednesday, and that'll be at the Villages. You can reach out to me for directions to that. That's at the Unity Church at the Villages. And then the first Monday in February, I'll be at a doctor's office over in Tampa, Florida. So for those of you that are in the Tampa Bay area, you can reach out to me in email, and I'll give you all that information as well. So don't hesitate to stay in touch with me on that. If you're not already on our mail list, please get on the mail list. It's all free. Tons of free ebooks, audio MP3s. There's videos on there, all kinds of stuff we send you. Jay from California, you're next. Area code 714. Hey, where are you calling from? Obviously,
Hi,
California.
I'm calling from California, yeah. I was going to ask you, the last time you worked on my head, it felt so much better, and my migraine is starting to, come back a little bit. And also, I wanted to find out, how you get rid of stray cats that are hanging out in the building.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. Yeah. I'll tell you, I'm going to give her all the credit and glory. You can laugh over Louise Hay, who's now about 85 years old, and her book talks about migraines for the feminine side as the ultimate cure is masturbation. So there you go. So I'll with that. And that's in Heal Your Body.
Since I was a kid. So
there you go. So it's not that. So we ruled that out, thank God. So yeah, go ahead and stand up if you will. We'll rock some stuff out for you, okay?
Okay.
And if you face due north, it's going to pull you forward when you say, my name is Jay.
My name is Jay. Yes.
Say, my name is Nemo the fish. It'll pull you backwards.
My name is Nima. I went back.
Awesome. Okay, so we're on track. So let's just go ahead and say I have migraines and see if you go forward, back, or in between.
I have migraines. Moving up, forward.
Yeah, so I'm going to release it, resolve it, delete and erase it, disentangle them all out now. Have her learn all the lessons she needed to from it. Release her from the service to it. You're going to feel a wave. It's going to pull you straight back, and it's going to pull, and then drop you off in neutrality. And a lot of times it'll be very wavy and going hard forward and back. You'll get a lot of motion.
I'm going like back and forth.
Yeah, that's okay. You're doing a little pendulum dance, and it's like it's going into the deep caves and mining it out for you. Then all of a sudden it'll slow down and pull you direct back, and then bring you back to neutrality. Feel that. And we're asking for all that pressure to release right now. I've had those years ago. I called them eye closers because you had to be at the perfect temperature and dark. And if anybody even touched you or talked to you, you'd want to kill them with a gun. So I get it. And it's excruciating if you haven't had one. I hope you all never do. But I know what you're saying. So, but this is going to keep doing this little, yeah, it's going to keep doing that little dance till it extricates all that out. And that's anywhere there ever was a migraine, DNA level, core level, soul level, history of all past lives, parallel universe, parallel dimension, other worlds. Mom's side, dad's side. This goes back to your father's side, by the way. And it also goes to 1, 2, 3, 4 lifetimes ago. A man or woman, you're a woman then too, so we're going to take it out of that and release all that. It's going to pull you back harder now.
I'm still going back. Is this normal?
Yep, you're going back harder. Yeah.
No, I mean, I keep leaning back.
Yeah, it's just extracting it all out, and then it's going to bring you back to neutrality once that's gone. It's as if it's a pulling feeling. It's as if I'm standing in front of you with a...
I can't seem to stand up straight. It's pulling. So.
It's pulling so hard? Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are just the levels of which migraines are on. So you can just ride it out for a second. It's going to release. It'll slow down and then release. I'll ask that it'll be gentler on you. Here we go. And it'll bring you back to neutral once it releases. People email and text and call me every day, and they go, Jimmy, how do I know something's going to happen? I said, don't worry, you're going to know, right? Nothing you can deny, right, Jay?
Right.
It's going to slow down and bring you back to neutral once it's done. We're just taking out everywhere there ever was or ever would be in the future, past, present, or future, wherever there's migraines, we're releasing it into the void now.
It's still going back, actually.
That's okay. It's going to be lighter, and we're going to ride it out. Got a zillion people listening, and no next callers. Anybody that wants to be the next caller, obviously you just need to hit #1, and we will get to you as quickly as we can. But I want to ride this thing out. I don't want to dare hang up on you while we're getting rid of migraines. You remember them as being a young child because you brought them in from the 4th lifetime ago. It sounds bizarre for me to say and bizarre for some people to hear. You ever want to wonder if we ever had past lives or not? I don't remember a bad Tom Hanks movie, and you need to get the movie Cloud Atlas. In it, he and Holly Berry are in it, and play a lot of different characters in different lifetimes. So.
I saw that. It was really good. Okay, I'm back.
All right. Welcome back, Jay. Yay, Jay. How does it feel?
It feels okay.
It feels okay. Well, I'm going to take that. That's better than it feels bad and I want to cry. Awesome. Fantastic. Well, we're glad you called in, honey. Anything else show up for you?
Oh, no. I had a question about the stray cats. How do you get rid of them?
Oh, stray cats. Okay. Yeah, is that, you're saying that's around your building you own, or you're in an apartment complex, or there's a bunch of people, or what's going on?
Complex, and they just kind of like hang out. It's not just one, it's several.
It's a lot. Okay, so the funny anecdotal thing that pops in my head when you say that is the logical thing you haven't thought of yet, and that's simply to call the animal control people.
Okay, I think the building did that, and they still come.
No, you need to do that. I don't care about thinking whether the building did it or not, because you have no way of knowing whether the building did that or not. But if you called and talked to Mary Sue Jones on such and such a date and said, when can I expect you to be here? They will tell you, and they'll bring out the little doggy cat catcher person. And I'll tell you the good news on that. They will get them. They will test them. They will deworm them. They'll, clean them up from viruses and everything else. They will also spade and neuter them and fix them and get them adopted to homes, as opposed to them, being out in the wilderness starving. Even if it's an apartment area, they aren't getting the right amount of food and water. So if you care that much, as opposed to, the people who we don't know whether they really called or didn't call, or maybe they don't care, I think if you kind of take that on as a little social miniature project for yourself, that will go a long way. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. And they'll pick up every last one of them. They will trap for them. And a lot of times, believe it or not, even though we're in the city, doesn't matter what city you're in, they wind up catching raccoons and possums and all kinds of weird stuff. So they'll set little, human, just sealed up traps for them. In other words, not traps, but little trap door traps, where there'll be food and water in the back of the trap, and they walk in there, and it's like a pressure plate, and they step on it to get to the food or the water, and the little door behind them closes. So then all they do is they pick up the little trap like a suitcase, and they're totally fine in there. Make sense? So,
yeah, I mean, as long as they don't kill them.
Yeah, they're not going to kill them. They're going to pick them up and take them out there away from you. So go a long way if you will call the county, and it's going to be county animal control. They're showing me the name of it even, the county animal control. So whatever county you're in, there you go. Okay?
Great, thanks.
Awesome. Thanks for calling in, love. Have a great week.
You too.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye. All right, 727, you're next. Hi.
Good morning or
Hi.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, right. Afternoon. How are you?
I'm good. I had to tell you I was going to email you and I forgot. We had a session last week, Jimmy, and within 3 hours of our session, we got notice that the guardian ad litem was filing a motion with the court to have that daughter removed.
Oh, from the other
yeah, we have a court date.
Party.
Yeah, we have a court date on the 20th about it, but it was amazing how we had just worked on that, and literally within 3 hours we got notice that, and we had worked on other people need to know what's happening.
Right.
And within 3 hours of us working on that, we got notice that other people were noticing what was happening.
How cool is that, right?
I just wanted to thank you once again for all you do.
You're welcome, love. Yeah, and I give it all to Spirit. You know that. I dropped ego about a decade ago, but it just amazes me, and it keeps us all fascinated with this level of work. If you go it alone, especially in the legal system, good luck with that, right? And
exactly.
You know what a train wreck that can be. But when we almost conjure up these supercharged, turbocharged prayers, and we commune with Spirit, and we co-create some of these changes, and I never know what we're going to get, that, but I know it's going to be better than if we didn't do anything.
Right.
So that's the cool part. So just that guardian ad litem, was able to pick up on that and realize that that's just a dream. That's steering things really to the truth and you want really the curtain of truth to open up live on the stage so everybody sees it. And, this isn't about making you guys right or them wrong, but at the end of the day, when we're talking about a child, you want what's best for the child. You certainly want, guardian ad litems, by the way, are generally court appointed, and they're free, and they volunteer their time, so you can imagine what a thankless, awesome job that's got to be, right? And so they're involved, and they really go out of their way to try and really protect the child or be the voice of the child in court. So what a dream. And I'll predict for you right now, if this person, ends up, this guardian ad litem noticed this and wrote an order for the extrication of the child out of the home, boy, there's no going back on that. See what I mean?
Right.
It'll take heaven and earth to do that. And that'll kind of be a wink to the judge. And I feel like 2017 is really going to turn the corner now heavy in your favor. So that makes sense without divulging too much on a live radio show.
Yeah, exactly. No, it does. And we've worked on a couple other things where I've been amazed at the outcome and stuff that we've opened up. And it was just another example where I was amazed yet again. And I'm really grateful.
Oh, good. Well, we thank you, honey, and we appreciate you calling in and sharing it. People need to be encouraged in this day and age. There's so much going on, and, we tend to focus on the bad and and, if the bad is only 10, 20, 30%, I always say you don't want to concentrate so much on the bad, because then those are the silent prayers for more bad to show up. So we really want the good and the positive for you. I feel like this is a huge right turn in the right direction, if you know what I mean. And it's just they're just showing me the giant ball in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, and it's kind of like the ball heading towards the other party, if you know what I'm saying. So this thing is going to really start gaining momentum now in y'all's favor legally. So, and you're going to live to see that. It's just going to be just so outrageous that, everybody's going to take notice, and even the judge is going to go sideways. So, but, quote unquote, in our favor, if you know what I mean. So,
yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah, totally does.
Awesome. Thrilled to talk to you live. Honey, anything else going on with you that we can change or make different?
No, just working on staying in the positive. We had worked on that last week too, instead of worst case scenarioing everything, trying to just be positive, and because more positive will show up as opposed to more worst case scenarios.
Yeah, and I'm not saying it's easy. I'm saying that's what you got to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
totally get it.
You just got to stay out of that, boo-hoo-hoo segment. And when that happens to me, and I would encourage everybody, you just got to get really base. And by base, I mean you've got to get down and go, ooh, I'm so glad I got shoes. I got my little house. I got a roof over my head, electricity, running water, food. That's better than 51% of the world. You'd be shocked if you saw how some of the world went. So anybody that's capable of listening to this, generally they have a roof and electricity, running water and clothes and food. They're hearing the sound of my voice. My father dragged us all over the world hunting and fishing. In the mid-'90s, we were over in South Africa. We drove through Shantytown on the way to all the way down to the Cape, where the Indian Ocean runs into the Pacific Ocean. You can actually see whales from the bluff and all that, just wild stuff. But for as far as I can remember, if you can imagine driving from, say, Clearwater to Brandon, on the left side and the right side of the road was nothing but little tin shacks and the naked babies walking around, that kind of thing. Flies and little campfires and no electricity, no running water. It was so beyond sad it would make you cry. And by the time you went a few miles seeing this, you couldn't look at it anymore because it was that sad. You see what I mean? And so I all but made my kids look at it and said, when you talk about giving away your old toys to the poor kids, this is what we're talking about. So thank your lucky stars that, you guys have the basics. So that's what I tell everybody, really, once you get into that negative spot, you want to be more positive. That's where you need to be.
Yeah, so. I am having a little trouble still with my one son. And I know we may have to come back in with him again. So stay tuned on that.
Yeah, you let me know. And the first Monday in February, I'll be over at
Charlotte's office too, seeing folks
Okay.
over there for the day. So if you feel like going over and seeing her at some point, she's a great acupuncturist, folks in Tampa at Charlotte Tempone, Tempone. You can look her up. She's off of Davis Island there near Tampa General Hospital now. Gorgeous little building, and she is awesome stuff. Great physical medicine, and knows what she's doing. So it's always refreshing to see her. I'm going to have her as a guest on the show, by the way, in February. So we're excited about that. Yeah, we'll take callers live, and she'll work on people live over the phone as well. So I'm so thrilled you called in, honey. We'll get you squared away with your son at some point too. You do have 3, so it's going to be rolling the dice every day, baby.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much for all you do, Jimmy. You have a great day.
You're welcome. Thank you, and thanks for calling in.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Hey, folks, that's our show. We appreciate everybody calling in. I know there's a lot of folks listening and on hold, and we're going to wind this thing down, as my father used to say. And I think it's important in this day and age, you realize in 2017 that everything is going to start to crank up. And as the old Verizon commercial used to say, make progress every day. And that's really where I want everybody to be. Stay encouraged, stay upbeat, keep movement going. It's really a huge basis for your morale. If you get out and exercise and keep moving, and even if you're washing and drying clothes and cleaning things up, you want to keep moving. If you put focus and energy and emotion behind this movement, everything can start to shift and change. So thank you so much, everybody. Reverend Tiffany, we love you for producing. Sandy Bittinger, Jack Furlong, all the folks that stand behind me and really help Jimmy Mack shine. We love you all. And stay tuned. We'll be here again next Tuesday at noon. Reach out anytime. info@jimmymackhealing.com. Thanks, y'all. Have a great week. Bye-bye.
Hi, this is Maury Moreland Morrison, here to tell you Geico has more than just great savings. Much more. Yes, while Geico could help you rack up more moolah faster than you can say metamorphosis, they've also been the fastest growing auto insurer for more than 10 years. That's more like it. Furthermore, Geico has fast and friendly claim service. That might seem like an oxymoron, but it's not. All the more reason to say no other auto insurer has more than Geico. Geico. Expect great savings and a whole lot more.
Run to Old Navy tomorrow to get up to 50% off store-wide. Stock up on all of Old Navy's best-selling style faves, like tees from $5, dresses and jeans for the family from $15. Plus, get up to 75% off clearance. But you'd better hurry. At these prices, Old Navy's style faves are sure to go fast. Run to Old Navy tomorrow. Valid 1/13 to 1/22. Select styles only. Clearance valid through 1/22.